Hey everyone, this is Chris and Sandy with the Chris and Sandy Show, where we get up close and personal with amazing guests throughout the entertainment industry. And today, like I said, on every episode, we got a great one for you. Who do we have?
We have singer Kaylee Rose with us. She's originally from Florida and now based in Nashville.
And we're excited to have her on. So welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, guys. So excited to be here.
So you recently had a trip recently, huh?
Yeah, I went everywhere. I went to London and Paris. I'd never been out of the country, so I wanted to finally do that before I turned older. And then, yeah, I'm not saying how old I am. And then I came back to the U.S. and went straight to Fort Lauderdale with a friend to make content on the water. Nice little trips. Yeah, I think I'm still a little tired from it all.
Oh yeah.
And in this day and time, content's important.
It's everything. It's everything.
And one thing I've learned about you, and the reason why I wanted to have you on too, is you're killing it.
Thanks.
When it comes to artists doing content, I believe the right way. I think you're killing it. So tell us how you've learned, because I want this segment to be kind of a little bit that will help other artists on this part, because a lot of artists out there, they're frustrated. They don't know what to do. They're just posting. And as you know, just posting doesn't work. You got to kind of be strategic. So tell us how you've gotten to where you are, because 1.5 million followers, that's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's like a step-by-step, like this is how I did it and this is why it worked. Yeah. I think part of it, which I know people get frustrated when they ask me, what do you think it is? Like, what's the button you're clicking? And like, people get frustrated because I'll say, I think people just like my songs. Like, I don't have this magic button I'm clicking. I think that, I've been a live singer my whole life. I've played in bars, doing cover gigs since I was 14 years old. And for me, it's been over 10 years. We'll say that. It's been over 10 years, way over 10 years that I've been doing that. So I feel like I got to learn through doing all those cover gigs, like what people want to hear and why people want to hear certain songs. So I think that might have something to do with it. Just kind of like taking that entertainment and people pleasing skill and applying it to social media, kind of treating the videos I do as if it's a show, like the same way I would sell a song. Like, here's a song I wrote and why I wrote it and why you should like it, kind of just treating that same mindset to the videos I do.
And what's great is Reels play right into that, where you can take a clip of, like you do, of your songs and just put it up there where it has the lyrics and all.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's actually been really nice to have the lyrics on display, because I feel like, when you listen to a song, it's hard to catch every word, but it really helps people see right away from their first time listening, okay, this is what the story's telling, and do I like it or not? Yeah. It's really nice having the lyrics on.
Yeah, because how many times have you been singing a song for years, and then you finally read the lyrics and you're like, oh, I've had this wrong.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think it makes it easier for fans to learn my songs. So when they come to my shows, I'm like, oh my God, you know the words. Like, it's, great for everyone.
Love that. Now, how much work is put into the content side?
I don't really have a structure. Like, there's artists in town that are like, Mondays and Thursdays are my content days, and then I write these days. I'm all over the place because I also believe in intuitive posting. So like, I don't believe in like posting just to post.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And I could be wrong. There could be like gurus that listen to this and go, you're an idiot. You need to have structure. But I've gotten this far without having structure. I make a point to post often, and creating the content alone can be kind of exhausting because I'm wearing so many hats as an independent artist. But the bigger my audience is growing and the more streams I'm getting and the better shows I'm getting, the more emphasis I'm putting into content every week, because it's just, I believe, the most important part right now in my part of it.
And I see you're opening for Buddy Jewel on May 5th.
Yeah, I've got a couple gigs coming up like that where I'm opening for people, which is like something I've always wanted to do, like get to open for my favorite country singers. So I'm opening for Kip Moore next week.
Oh, that's great.
And Buddy Jewel next week. And I just got another gig opening for Ernest that I'll be hosting soon. So yeah, but again, it's all because of my following. Like I am so sorry. You guys probably
no problem.
I don't know how to exit out of it. So I'm just gonna hopefully no one else texts me. Everyone leave me alone. No, but like, and I'll talk about this all day. Like my following and the audience I've built is helping create new opportunities for me.
Love that. So at what age did it actually click for you that this could be a career?
Well, I've always just wanted to do this, like from the time I was a little kid. And so I started playing in the bars when I was 14 years old. So my parents have to come with me to the gigs. I did that like 2 to 3 times a week from 14 to 19 in Florida. And then I moved to Nashville at 19. And I've been here for a long time, very long time. And I always knew this is what I wanted to do. But again, social media, like finally having my songs reach people without a gatekeeper and like actually having platforms to connect with my fans and make fans. So we'll say 2021 is when it really all came together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like we launched the show January of 2020. So this is fairly new. And we had no idea that COVID was about to happen. COVID kind of was a game changer for us.
Yep.
Because all the people had no place to go. So we were like, hey, we're contacting it. We end up getting Randy, Travis, Sarah Evans on that year. And Walker Hayes and stuff, and so it was a wild time during those years. That catapulted us.
I love that for you guys. I love it. I love the success stories for businesses during the COVID era. It's crazy how many people were able to I don't want to say thrive. It was obviously a very dark time, but that's just really cool that you guys figured out a way to capitalize on what was happening at that time.
Now, as you know, a lot of people, they see the glory in what you do, but they don't see the grind, the sacrifice, the tears, the struggles it takes, not just to get to your level, which to me is big, but to any level within the music industry. So, a lot of people miss this side of it, but I always want to talk about that side of it because I think a lot of people, they see it and they don't really realize how much y'all do work. So let's take a few moments to talk about that.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much to say, man. There's so much to say. Not enough time. Yeah. You basically said it. Like that's like what you're saying is the truth of it. That yes, like when you see me post my video that has 12 million views, you think, oh wow, she like really got luck. Like she's so lucky but people don't realize like that video, the video I'm thinking of that went viral, it was a full band show that I had to spend time like putting that band together, paying that band, doing rehearsals, playing that show for no one in the audience that cared. Like even just the viral videos itself, there's a story behind them of like how it wasn't as glamorous as it appeared, you know? And I think you just have to work so hard and wear many, many hats, especially when you're an independent artist. So my brain's always fried because there's always something to be working on. You know, I don't know if I'm answering your question right, but
you're answering it the way it needs to be answered because
there's so much to this. There's so much to this. Yeah.
That's like even with this show, I didn't realize how much work would be going in this, people see the product here, but they don't see me reaching out to people, me going back and forth, me texting people at the point where it's like, okay, we're about to go live and they're not on yet. And trying about to freak out and having guests. And that this has only happened once, but having a guest that in the middle, now we weren't video, so we were audio at that time. So it was probably a good thing. But in the middle of the show, a guest just ghosted us.
Oh no!
Oh, that's right.
And all of a sudden disappeared. Never heard from the guest again. If I said the name, everybody would know who this person is. So I don't. But again, it was like what happened? And and so much that goes into it, and then I try to do live so I don't have to edit. But then there's every now and then I have to edit, but then shorts and all that you have to edit. So it's just so much.
There's the editing itself is a full-time job. I do make a point, like I don't film content every day, but I try to edit at least one video a day, like add the lyrics and just have like videos ready to go. And I don't, like I said, I don't post every day being like, oh, I have to post today. I still like wait till I feel like it's a good time to post the song. But the editing part can definitely be very tedious too.
Yeah. My buddy Joe said the only problem with, like, cause he does a show too with lives, is people are no showing.
Yes.
I don't know I mean, we've had a couple that's happened.
A couple, yeah, not a whole lot.
But in the most case, they do show, or at least let us know in advance. Can't do it.
Yeah.
But I've had people the morning of can't do it. I'm like, oh God.
Hate that for you guys. I'm getting stressed just thinking about it.
So what's been some of the crazy moments that you've had within your music career?
I think there's a lot to this too. So craziest moments of having a music career in Nashville are the opportunities I get to meet people that I look up to. And it's so casual here, like, because they all live here. I just met Jelly Roll 2 nights ago backstage at the Opry, and Kelly, and I've gotten to, open and play with people that I grew up listening to. So those are always like very surreal, crazy moments. But as far as like my artist career, I think just seeing how many people reach out to me or I meet at my shows that tell me not just that they like my music, but that I've helped them. And like every song I write is very personal to my life. So I never expected it to, especially because I wrote a lot of these songs before I ever had the following. So
there are a lot of breakup songs.
Yeah, but even like Love Makes You Blind, like my biggest love song. I wrote that about a very specific time in my life and what I was going through. Knowing like, I was going to go viral on TikTok and stuff. And then people use that in their weddings all the time.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's
videos of people using it for their first dance, to walk down the aisle. And like that alone, I remember the first time someone sent me a video of them using my song for their wedding. I was crying in a bar because I was just like, is this like, that's when I feel like it's a dream come true for me,
So someone asked, how old were you when you left Florida?
19.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
So you went to Nashville young.
It didn't feel that way. I was so ready to be up here in Nashville that, looking back, I was really young, but it felt right.
So have you been to the Johnny Cash Museum yet? Someone asked.
Who's asking? Does it say?
Well, yeah, my buddy there.
That was my first job in Nashville. It's about like
someone. Oh, wow.
That was my first job in Nashville. Yeah. So yes, I've been there.
Oh, wow.
So you got paid there.
Yeah.
Yes.
How was that since when you first moved to Nashville? What was that like? I mean, did they take you in, or did you feel like you had to earn?
I actually had to, unfortunately, quit my job at the museum 2 weeks in because I got so busy with shows and rights. Right away, I thought I was going to move up there, and it was going to take months, to find gigs, to find co-writers to collaborate with, and it happened within the first week. And then my schedule became so off the charts busy, and the owners were very understanding. They're very supportive of my career still to this day. They're actually like some of my closest friends in town. So you guys make sure to check out the Johnny Cash Museum next time you're in Nashville. Great.
Do you have any shows coming up between May 7th and 13th in Nashville?
I don't think so. I'll be out.
We're actually going to be there in Nashville.
Yeah, we're going to be there.
If anything pops up, I will make sure you guys know.
Awesome.
Things do pop up, so you never know.
Yeah, we love just the whole atmosphere. I know a lot of people, they down Broadway and all that. We love it down there.
Yeah.
It's fun, yeah.
Oh, it's magical. And I think you said someone asked, or you were asking of what it was like when I first moved to Nashville. And I don't know if you guys ever came to Nashville before the Bachelorette thing started happening. So basically I moved in 2014 before it became the Bachelorette capital. Yeah. So I would go out on Broadway and there'd be no lines to get into any of the bars on a Friday night.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
And then I watched the
I can't even imagine that because we started going 2021 was our first time. Yeah. And so it's only been that.
No, I used to live downtown. I used to live 1 block away from Broadway when I first moved to town. And I remember like in 2016 being like, what is going on? Why are all these bachelorette parties here? Like it just became like, I literally watched the shift happen. Wow. And then just like that, the bars got too crazy to go to on Broadway.
And now it's like the bachelorette party capital of the world, Nashville.
Yeah.
So it's brought a lot of new people. Yeah, it's funny. My friend Joe said that I used to talk all the time about Nashville because we go quite a bit, and he didn't believe it. And then he said he's right when he finally visited.
Yeah.
Love that.
Because we would love to one day move up there.
Oh, yeah. It's a great place to live. My parents just moved here.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So they want to move closer to you.
Yes, but they also love Nashville.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. It's fun and interesting because now I feel like a kid again. Like, don't ground me. I promise I'll come home early. I won't be a bad kid at the bars.
That's funny. Oh.
And one of the people asked, have you listened to the Taylor Swift's new album yet?
I have not listened to it yet because I want to like listen, like not like, you know, have it in the background. I want to actually sit down and listen to it. So
it is so good.
All time, you know, to sit down and block my calendar out to listen to it. And
I mean, the way she strings words together is just amazing.
It's amazing.
She's the best songwriter of our generation.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people don't want to hear that, but that's the truth.
It doesn't matter, like, if you like her music or not, you have to respect her success.
Yeah, have to give her props.
Yeah, because like most people I know who are actual songwriters, they respect what she's done. People who's never done it don't.
You have to respect it. Like, it's so hard to get to the level she has gotten to, and the way she's been able to stay relevant this long, you know?
Yeah, right.
Staying relevant is hard.
It is.
Yeah, Joe said that he saw Taylor Swift in 2018.
Nice. Yeah, I've never been to one of her concerts, but hopefully one day.
I can imagine it's loud.
Oh, yes.
I feel like I'd get a headache just from all the screaming girls.
It's definitely crazy.
Yes.
And one day you're going to be up there, I believe. Again, when I look at a lot of the up and coming country artists, I see a lot behind you because and a lot of people don't get it because I see social media as the game changer.
Yeah.
But it's also a double-edged sword, you know, because labels now don't take nobody unless you got a following.
I don't know. I see a lot of people get deals here that don't even have 10,000 followers on Instagram.
So it's changing a little bit again.
I think that there's no rule. There's no one size fits all. I really don't believe in that. I've literally seen it all. I've seen people with huge followings not get deals. I've seen people with no followings get deals.
I've
seen people with a lot of momentum lose all their momentum once they get a deal. Like I've seen it all, you know.
Yeah,
so
every scenario.
Like I remember, I'm Facebook friends with Gabby Barrett's sister and dad.
Oh,
and
nice.
her dad was talking. I remember when she took third in Idol, that they were all devastated, and he didn't realize that was actually the biggest blessing Gabby could have had, because if she would have won, that it would have locked her for 5 years, and because she didn't win, she was able to blossom like she is.
Yeah, she's had an amazing career, amazing. And that's rare after American Idol. There's so many people that go on the show and nothing ever pans out. But that was inspiring to watch her really take off after Idol.
So what brought on your song Healing? I love that song.
Thank you. The truth. And I'll just keep it real. I will call it like a relapse. I had a little relapse about my ex. I I had been on and off with a guy for years, like since 2018. And I was really beating myself up about the fact that I was just in my feels and sad and grieving our relationship because so much time had already passed. So it didn't make sense that I was like so upset as if it had just happened yesterday.
Yeah.
I went to my therapist about it, and he's you might need to get songwriter credit now that I think about it, because he said to stop beating myself up because healing is not linear. It's ups and it's downs, and it's okay to, have a little setback. And I remember thinking about it and just thinking, I just want to write a song about everything healing is, because healing is not linear at all. And so I literally just word vomited all those words you hear in the chorus. I appreciate that you like that song.
And that's the part I love, where when it's just going fast there with that, you can just feel it.
Yes. And that one was a very easy write when we wrote it. The coolest part about that song is I have not actually gone viral with that song yet. Like my standard of viral, like millions of views on TikTok. But I remember like figuring out one day that the audio was actually trending. So like my video is usually what trends. The actual audio clip.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I checked recently, it has like over 62,000 videos made to the clip of healing.
And that's what you want.
Yeah, that's way cooler than
What about Girl Next Door? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, if you heard the song, the whole message of it is simply that you're always going to want what someone else has, but someone out there is always going to want what you have. So I think I have so many breakup songs and so many I have love songs too. And I love life songs because those are the hardest to connect with and write. And I felt like that day we wrote something that was really fun and positive, but relatable, because everybody feels that way, especially the moment you open up Instagram. It's very easy to compare yourself. But then you find comfort in remembering that there's people out there that would love nothing more than to be where you're at in life. So, I feel like it's just very relatable, and I think it was an important message to put out there to my fans.
So tell us about the situation that made you the bad guy.
Well, the whole point of the song is that I'm not the bad guy.
I know.
Fantastic, and it's actually really funny. I wrote Girl Next Door and the bad guy with the same crew, so the same two writers.
Oh, wow.
That's funny. That was the next one you brought up. The bad guy, that one really did well for me too, especially on Instagram. Like, oh my goodness. But again, coolest part about that song is how many people have told me I've like really helped them through their abusive relationships through songs like that. So powerful. My ex did not like the bad guy. His family did not like that song. But
that's the thing about a musician. If you date a musician, you know
that you're signing
if you mess up, you're going to be in the song.
And I mean, I don't know. I should shut up because I'm like too blunt. I shouldn't give away about my inspiration behind the songs I write. But I'm not the bad guy. That's all I'll say.
So was the same person what created Situationship?
Situationship was actually more just that one's actually not about me. That is about what dating is like in 2024. I gathered things from all my friends' horrible dating stories and turned it into a song that I thought could be relatable to people and help people that are in that situationship. And it did really well on TikTok.
Yeah, Joe said about our comment a while back about dating people, musicians. Like he said, you got to be careful dating a comedian too.
Yep.
It's a good point.
Well, if you date a pastor, you're going to be in his sermons.
Yeah, that's true.
That is very true.
So basically, anybody that's creative, if you date them, you're going to somehow be in there.
You got to know what you're signing up for.
Now, for you to do everything you do, of course, it takes a team. And I don't care if a person has a team of 1 or a team of 300. a team is still a team, and they never get any recognition. But on our show, they get some recognition. So take a few moments and just tell us about the team that helps you be who you are.
Well, the first person that comes to mind is my producer. We work very closely together, Kurt Gibbs. We started, one of our first songs we ever wrote together was Love Makes You Blind. Oh, wow. And so that was just a really cool moment for us when it took off the way it did. And so kind of from there, you know, we've formed this amazing working relationship where we trust each other and we prioritize my songs, which is amazing. That's really hard to find a Nashville producer that will prioritize you and put you at the front of the line when you need it. We've had a really good working relationship, and he lets me just be who I am as an artist. I sit there with him and produce the song with him. Like, I know how I want things to sound, and he has no ego. He's so good at just letting me run the show and like contributing when I need him to. Mm-hmm. And he brings so much to the table. And so him and all my co-writers, there's too many to say. They know who they are. All the co-writers that I collaborate with that help bring the songs to life. I am so sorry about message tone. I just don't know how to turn do not. Oh, wait. I mean, it's like I should wait. I am not. You would think I'm tech savvy because of my social media stuff, but I'm not. I think I figured it out. And my parents, they're on the team, just in the sense that like they're very supportive of me and they're my therapist, whether they want to be or not. They watch my dog when I go play shows out of town. So
did they encourage you when you were little?
Oh yeah. My biggest supporters. My dad, no, my parents are not musical, especially my dad, but he learned how to play 3 chords on the guitar so he could teach them.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I really appreciate that as I'm older now. My dog is on the team. My therapist, my emotional support little animal. My friends are all on the team too, whether they want to be or not, because a lot of my songs are inspired by their crazy stories. So thank you to them. And yeah, I'm really like a one-man team though when it comes to everything. Like everything. I have obviously like a lot of people that have mentored me throughout the years that I'm so grateful for, but it's interesting being an independent artist because I wear like so many hats, like the booking of travel and booking my rights, coming up with the ideas for the rights, creating the content, just, you know what I mean? There's just so much to it. Yeah.
And it's a balancing act because if you got on a label, then you're limited. So it's like,
I've never been with a label, so I don't even know how to answer that because I don't know what happens when you sign a record deal.
So, you know, but when that day does happen one day, I remember we had Joe Kelly on and he was talking about his advice he always gives artists is never go to a label until you have a big enough social following to where you control the deal, not them.
That sounds like great advice.
Because he said if you got a little small following, they own you.
Yeah. And the more I'm building my career and my brand, it is interesting to think of like how to go about a record deal one day. Because it's like, I've built all this, so you're telling me you're going to just own everything now?
This is your baby here.
Yeah. It's when you actually have success as an independent artist, it makes you reevaluate what you want out of a record deal.
Love that. You know, speaking of teams, we have a third co-host, our little 12-year-old. He comes on and asks a couple questions.
I'll get him.
So while she's going to go get him, kind of tell us what's next for you.
I am about to play a bunch of shows all over the country, which I'm so excited about. As I've built this following, my biggest, thing I've been praying for and wanting is to play for my fans that I've made through social media. So now I finally get to go meet all the fans, and I'm playing in so many states I can't even tell you. Like there's so many shows coming up, and then I'm just going to continue to write and work on new songs and see what sticks and hopefully get some more viral songs out there and just keep building.
I definitely love that. So what advice would you give that artist that wants to do what you do?
you really have to want it because it is a very unpredictable business. I will literally have a song blow up and get me like so many streams, and then the next day that same song will get passed on by an industry person, and then all the confidence I had the day before is completely gone. You're always on an emotional roller coaster in this business, so you have to really want it. If there's any inkling of you having a backup plan, just do your backup plan, because
I love that. I remember we had Allison Still on from the Two Still Girls, which they used to be a group, and I remember her advice was that same thing, that you have to be all in. She goes, because your family suffers with you.
Yep.
And if you're not all in, you're not going to make it. So you're going to make your family suffer for no reason.
Yep. And I think another thing that I've come to realize that it's really important to me is that you have to remember why you're doing it. Because when you live in Nashville, you start to really seek validation from your peers and from the industry. Oh, wow. But what really matters more than anything else is just making fans and connecting with fans and writing songs that are going to help people or connect with people. And if you just remember that that's the goal at the end of the day, you'll get a lot farther.
Love that.
All right. Hey, Kaylee. So what's your favorite foods?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm not picky, man. I love everything. Like, if you put pizza in front of me, I'm gonna eat it. If you put tacos in front of me, I'm gonna eat it. I really just love food. Like, I'm really bad. I have no willpower. So if you put anything in front of me, I'm gonna eat it. I can tell you what I don't like. Don't like cabbage. Anything with cabbage in it, probably.
Oh, wow.
It. Yeah. Chicken wings. Yeah. I'm more of a chicken tender. I saw someone say chicken wings. I'm more of a chicken tender girl, but Chick-fil-A. Big Chick-fil-A girl.
Ah. Because what's yours?
Pizza.
Yeah, pizza. You can't go wrong with pizza.
I mean, who doesn't love pizza?
I know.
What's funny is I don't like cheese and I still love pizza.
Okay, that's weird. I don't know. That doesn't make sense, but I'm cool with it.
I think it's the type of cheese that's on it I can eat, but just regular cheese that you buy from the store, I can't. I about gag every time. I can't do it.
Oh God, I wish I had that problem. I love cheese.
Yeah, like I can't eat macaroni and cheese or any of that. He said, "How can you not like cheese?"
All right, what's your favorite car?
Purple.
So you're talking about what's your favorite car?
My favorite car?
Yeah.
Do you have one?
Yeah, I don't think anyone has ever asked me what my favorite car is. That's definitely a dude question. We'll just say I would love to have a Range Rover one day. So we'll just say that. A Range Rover is my favorite car.
Because what's yours?
1970 Corvette.
Oh, Corvettes.
And he wants the Pro Street Corvette with the big engines that come out of the out of the hood and stuff.
Nice. You'll get it one day.
Yes.
We go to all these car shows for the other brand, and
Yeah.
it's like I guess I created a monster here because we're looking at all these different cars. He says, "I want that." I was like, "Ooh,
fun." That's awesome.
Yes. All right, that's all my questions.
Thanks so much. It was nice to meet you.
Yes, you too. Bye.
So if you could co-write with any artist, dead or alive, who would it be? And what song would you want to do? Who?
I would want to write with Taylor Swift.
Ah, it's a good
I just
one.
want to see how her writing process is. I'm just so intrigued. Because she writes so many different types of songs. Like, she's very versatile with her style.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like the same type of song. Like, you know how Zach Bryan, like, it's very, like, every song kind of is the same structure. And
Yeah.
But she,
Chelsea Ballerini, same way. A lot of them are structured the same.
But Taylor Swift has, like, really conquered a lot of different types of styles. So that's why I would be really intrigued to just see what her writing style is like.
That would be awesome. So
I want to be a spy.
But you actually be writing with her, so you
I would love to write with her, but I also just want to see her writing process really bad.
Because how many times I think she's talked about songs where she wrote it in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, you know.
Crazy.
Especially if there was no, because I would like to know when she says she wrote a song in 15 minutes, was there no changes with it later? Or was there, did she write the song that airs in 15 minutes?
It's a great question.
So, what is your songwriting process?
I usually have the title, the hook, they call it, usually worked out. And sometimes I'll have the musical direction worked out too. And then I'll bring that idea into a co-writing session and I'll ask my writers if they like it and if they would want to, be on board for it. And because sometimes I've been told no, that they don't want to write my idea, which is fine. Yeah. So it's really just that simple though. I really love, I just saw that question.
Yep.
It popped away though.
That's
but
what I was
anyways,
gonna say next.
my writing process is to just really have strong hooks, clever ideas, clever hooks, and really kind of have myself prepared when I go into a writing room.
So let's go there. What do you think about the AI?
I don't know much about it. I know that there's a lot of concerns with it, with songwriting, because now there's these apps that you can download and they can write songs. But what I've seen is like the songs that AI writes they're terrible. Like they're not good songs. So I don't know. I feel like I don't really have much. I know that there's a lot of concerns with it and I should look more into it, but I think I'm kind of scared. Honestly, it kind of scares me. So.
I mean, there's been a few things I've used AI with to tweak stuff, but for the most part, AI, I think as a tool is great. My fear is AI becomes the product down the road.
I just think I don't know though, because it's it's like the lyrics look like a robot wrote it, in my opinion, So at least in country music, I don't think it's gonna take over actual writing country songs.
So where do you want to be in 5 years? Or what do you see yourself in 5 years?
I just would love to be doing what I'm doing, but have it be 5 times bigger than where it's at right now. Because I'm so grateful for what I've built, the life I get to live. I get to write songs and post videos and play shows. That's my full-time job. And as long as I can continue to do this in 5 years, I'll be so grateful. And I hope, like I said, I can just keep reaching more and more people, playing bigger and bigger shows, and maybe have a team one day, so it's not just me doing everything and my producer. But I'm just, like I said, so grateful. It's very hard to get to the point where I'm at, where you get to do this full time. So I don't take it for granted.
So let's say that you do get there. Let's say 5, 10, 15 years, whatever it is, you're beyond your wildest dreams. During that time, what do you hope you never forget?
The most important part, that it's about the fans and making them feel special and writing songs that help them and connecting with them. Because like I've even seen it for myself, like my small interactions with fans, like that always goes the extra mile. I think part of the reason Taylor Swift is so big is because she's so nice. Like she's so nice. There's no stories of her being mean to her fans or rude to her fans. So I think just never forgetting to just always be a good person. And
who does 3.5-hour shows?
Yeah. Eric Burke does too, though. So
I mean, that's just wild to even think about, because I have many artist friends and they're like barely breathing after 1 or 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's 3.5 hours.
Yeah. But again, she's one of the nicest people to all her fans. And I think that goes so far.
And like Joe said, you got to be pure, generous, and authentic. Yeah. And I think authentic's the big one.
Oh, cool. It's fun. I'm seeing all the little bubbles down there.
Yeah, the little bubbles.
That's one thing I like about the lives too, is, not that, I mean, I wish more people would come to the lives, but when people do, at least we have comments. So it's fun. I've had some lives where they get 200 people watching, and it's like, that's when I can't even go through it. But that don't happen all. But it's really cool when it happens.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
So what would be your dream venue to perform at?
I mean, everyone's got to perform at Red Rocks once, right?
Oh, absolutely. Amazing venue there. So.
But when I visualize like my dreams coming true, it's not a specific stage. It's just looking out into like the biggest crowd possible, singing back a song I wrote.
Oh, awesome.
That's more the dream.
Oh, wow. So what's your most meaningful song to you and why? That you wrote?
Probably Look Like You, the song about my mom.
That's a good one.
My mom grew up with a lot of, I grew up with my mom having a lot of health issues, and you never would have known when you look at her because she was so strong and carried herself so well. And so I always thought to myself that I want to look like her when it comes to her strength. But we also look alike. So it was like, I remember I was on the interstate driving and I was like, oh my gosh, it hit me like a brick. I almost crashed my car because I was like, how did I never think of this idea before? And again, like it was special writing the song and showing it to her. And it's kind of cool for me that I did write that and show it to her before TikTok was ever a thing. So I really it was such a pure song and relatable situation. I didn't think of it ever connecting with other people. So when it blew up on TikTok, that was just so cool for me. And it's blown up on Facebook. And I mean, the videos people make to that song, because it's just so special to me. And then I realized how special the song actually is to everybody, not just me. It's really, that's probably my favorite.
Love that. I love that song. When I first heard it,
great song.
when I first heard it, I took it to her. I was like, "You got to hear this song," because we've got not just 12-year-old boy, but we also got a 5-year-old daughter.
We do. And Caitlin.
So sweet. Yeah, that song's like, and you think of your own mom too,
You do. It made me think about her as well. So.
Yeah.
A lot of meaning there.
Song. Yeah. Thank you.
So as we close out here, what is a question that you never get asked that you wish you did?
Oh, well, I was about to say, like I said, no one's ever asked me what my favorite car is. So,
but that you wish you did.
I don't know. That's a really good question in itself, man. I think people just don't realize, and we touched on this a little bit earlier, and I don't know if it's more of a question. I just wish people really knew how mentally exhausting this career can be, because it really is a career based on validation, like people liking your songs, people liking the way you look and how you act. And I think like there'd be less trolls on Facebook and Instagram if they knew how much we're already noticing the things they're pointing out and beating up ourselves criticize. Because it's just a really hard industry, and like we know that, we've all been told that, but like you think very surface level when you think about it. You don't think of the mental toll it takes on you. And remembering that you are a person outside of your music career, and that your value as a human being, like, isn't defined by your music. But it's really hard to do that. So I just wish more people knew that, like really understood how mentally exhausting it can be to be a musician and a songwriter.
Yeah, because trolls are just horrible. I mean, a lot of times when somebody makes a comment on stuff, first place I go to is I'm just curious what people are saying. And I'll read through that and I'm like, do these people why do they have all this time on their hands?
Yeah. Right.
I'll tell you a really crazy story that I think you guys are getting a kick out of. I remember when I started blowing up on Facebook, I did a good job of like, when I would see a troll comment, not react to it, but every now and then it does get to you. And so I responded back to a troll, and they criticized my song and me, and I said some things sassy back. And then they go, oh my gosh, I never thought you were actually going to see this comment. I'm so sorry. I'm actually a huge fan of yours, and I love this song. I'm like, what?
Oh, that is crazy.
So then it makes you wonder, like, are people just literally going keyboard crazy? They don't even know.
Keyboard warriors. Crazy.
Huh? I thought that was the crazy thing. It changed my whole outlook, because I realized people that would never think this way in person.
Right.
or
Yeah.
say these things.
Yeah.
And that's how I try to treat Facebook for me is like, if I post something or if I'm going to comment on somebody's stuff, would I say this if
To
we're
their
face
face.
to face?
Right.
If I
Standing in
wouldn't,
front
I'm
of
not going to comment.
Exactly. Yeah.
them.
More people should do that.
He said he was the OG troll back on AOL chat rooms.
in the 90s.
I don't
Oh,
know
that's
what that is.
funny. Yeah.
And as you can tell, he's a comedian. So
Yes.
and I always not argue with someone who doesn't have their real name.
And picture up. That's funny.
That's funny. That's
So as we close out, any final parting words?
I just want to say thank you for being so supportive. I saw, a handful of times you would tag me in comments really praising what I've built on social media and my songwriting and all that. I just really appreciate your support. It means a lot. And thank you for giving me a chance to talk to your fans on here.
We love it.
Oh,
Yeah.
And we appreciate having you on. You're
Me
always
too.
welcome back anytime.
Oh, yeah. And I hope to meet y'all in person. You got to let me know when you're in Nashville.
We'll do.
Yep, we'll be there from May 7th to 13th.
Amazing. Amazing. We'll definitely have to connect.
Sounds great.
good. And everybody who's
Well,
listening, we'll see y'all on the next show.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.